early on in their education so they have a smooth transition to the workplace and employment. And many students don't know about the growing opportunities that are here. The President's very, very focused on this all over the country.
And can you tell me, what do you think the President can do in his last couple of years in office for Ohio to really push Ohio ahead of the curve?
I think you're going to hear some of that today with his announcements. I don't want to preempt anything that he might say, but investing in manufacturing, investing in innovation, creating the jobs of the future right here. Looking at some of the great needs that the nation has in terms of energy and health care, and in the manufacturing sector itself, trying to take ideas that are out there, helping invest in them, and moving those ideas into companies that create jobs here. We have such an exciting platform. Finding the capital to do that at times needs some federal help. The announcements that he is going to be making today will more clearly define some of the sectors that they will focus on as job growth opportunities here for the greater Cleveland area.
Great. Thanks. Nice seeing you.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
the
much.
time.
Congressman, the Republicans just put out a budget recently. Do you feel confident enough to speak about it?
Speak about it. Well, I think what we're looking for is a budget that will produce jobs and consistent growth for the country. No fits and starts. We need a smooth pathway forward. They have to be fair in whatever they ultimately determine, a combination of both spending and taxing decisions. Revenues plus spending. They have to be balanced. And they have to struggle with it a little bit. They have the majority. Let's see what they come up with.
Well, it sort of sounds like John Kasich's Ohio model on a national level, balancing the budget without raising taxes.
Well, you really can't do that. You really can't do that because you create holes in the fabric that you ultimately pay for. They become larger as the fabric weakens. So I think what John Kasich did to Ohio, to places like Cleveland, for example, by cutting the local government funds, put tremendous pressure on local communities, which hurt. It hurt police forces. It hurt our first responders. It hurt the ability of cities to fill potholes. I mean, there's no real benefit when the social fabric frays across the state. And I think that he made some good decisions for the Medicaid eligibility, the buy-in, so that people could actually buy health insurance here and be covered by health insurance. So not everything he did was wrong, but I think that in terms of the cutbacks to places like Cleveland, that really hurt.
What's the most important bill that you've introduced so far that you think you can get some sort of bipartisan support for?
Well, we're working very hard on the transportation bill to make sure that the transportation infrastructure bill, which is the most important bill we could pass this year, recognizes our region. We have vast needs across our ports, our highways, our airports, even our railroads, railroad pathways, passenger rail, the seaway. This bill is the most important bill in terms of jobs and investment in this country that we are going to be debating this year. Now, I am not on that specific committee, but I have been working with the chairman of that committee and the ranking Democrat on that committee already to get the Great Lakes interests moved into that bill.
Do you think that bill will come to a vote here anytime soon? Will Speaker Boehner be able to?
I sure hope so, because they think by May we might have a bill on the floor. It can't come too soon. They're beyond contracting season right now for the early spring, but it's a very difficult bill. It's a big bill with a lot of needs from around the country. But this part of the country has to be heard. They can't be silent.
Is it going to be another short-term bill, or are we going to look at a 6-year bill as it used to be?
I wish it were a 6-year bill. They're looking for revenues now to make up for the lost gas tax revenue because cars are more efficient and the price of gasoline has gone down intermittently here. We would be much better off with a 6-year bill. That's what I prefer. The majority doesn't seem to be able to get there yet, but I have hope.
Of course, raising the gas tax would be the easiest thing, but that seems to be the door that nobody wants to open.
Not yet. They don't appear to be willing to do that. They have some other revenue sources they're talking about. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some attention. And I hope that we will find a way in the Turnpike corridor to return those dollars that are earned by literally putting a fee on people who use that here in the north to invest in communities along that corridor and not divert that money to other parts of Ohio that don't have toll roads.
Great. Thanks.